Everyone remembers the holidays fondly. My favorite memories are usually just spending time with the family. I'm sure yours is probably the same. It could have been spending a day with them, eating your favorite Christmas meal while catching up, or even the anticipation of giving your children the toys they've always wanted. People say it's the season of giving after all. But you see, Christmas is much more than a day with pretty presents under a tree. Inspired and written by O. Henry, in this sweet tale, a young married couple faces an unfortunate dilemma. They don't have much money to spend on Christmas gifts for each other, so they have to get creative and also make some big sacrifices. But a powerful lesson on love is shared. You'll want to stick around to the end of today's video to know more about the merry story of this couple and unlocking another key to untapping your potential. Welcome to Untapping Your Potential, where we will share with you motivational stories, motivational failures, comeback stories, and public speaking tips that will keep you growing and inspire you to take action. Della and Jim have only been married for a year. Due to difficulties and circumstances, the couple were very tight on money. But what they lacked in luxury, they made up with love. Della was troubled as Christmas approached. She had been trying to save up for a Christmas present to give to her beloved husband for months. But her husband's pitiful weekly wage of $20 only afforded her to save $1.87 for a present. Certainly far from the amount she would need for a gift worthy of Jim's love. What on earth can I buy him with this? In the midst of her anxiety, Della caught a glimpse of herself in the mirror. Then, all of a sudden, a realization hit her. Della knew what she had to do. She rushed out of the apartment, putting on a worn-out coat, running down the street to a shop that made wigs. "Tell me how much you'll pay for my hair," Della inquired of the shopkeeper. At first, the woman gave her a skeptical look, but after examining her hair carefully, the woman smiled. My, said the shopkeeper. "I will pay you $20 for your lovely long hair." Della quickly agrees without missing a beat. At last, Della could go shopping. Hair short, she browsed through nearby shops, desperate for the perfect present for Jim. But what should I get for my husband, Della thought. The one thing Jim loved best in the world was his golden pocket watch. It had come from his father, and from his father's father before that. So after 2 hours of shopping, Della finally decided on a gift. A platinum chain to replace Jim's watch-worn leather strap. The chain cost $21, leaving Della with only 87 cents. Soon after, Della returns back to the apartment and begins preparing their Christmas dinner. As she waited for Jim, Della began to desperately curl her short hair, trying to make her new look good. But it didn't take long for Della to notice Jim's footsteps. A surge of new anxiety began to fill her. What if Jim no longer finds me beautiful? Jim soon entered the room. His face was void of emotion when he saw his wife's short hair for the first time. Unable to tell if it was surprised or angry, Della burst into tears. Della began to explain what had happened. "Jim, I sold my hair to buy you your gift." But before she could present her gift to her husband, Jim handed her a small box. Della untied the ribbon and opened it, and inside were 2 beautiful hair combs. They were the same ones Della had always wanted after seeing them by a store window, but they were far too expensive for the couple to afford. It was now his turn to open the gift Della had gotten him. Jim had to sit down, and when he opened it and saw the platinum watch chain, he was astounded. "Don't you like it?" asked his wife. "Of course I do. But you see, I sold my watch to buy those hair combs. And I sold my hair to get you that chain," Della explained. Finally, realizing the irony of their sacrifices, the couple laughed and hugged each other. Jim and Della had both given up their most prized possessions for the sake of the other. But now their gifts were useless. They decided to put their Christmas gifts away and instead have dinner together. No one has ever become poor by giving and free. Is it better to give than receive? It's something you hear all the time, especially at this time of year. But let me ask you, do you believe that? In Christian tradition, the Magi were wise men who brought gifts to celebrate the hope of a new and better world. They did not, however, invent gifts, nor did they simply teach the spirit of gift giving. Instead, they showed us how to give one gift in order to celebrate another. Because the greater gifts don't come from giving something to someone. They come when you give something up for someone. Sometimes you want to give your best to the one you love, but circumstances prevent you from doing so, just like Della and Jim. But what makes them different from the rest is that they didn't let their poverty be an obstacle. These two had such a strong love for each other that they willingly gave up their most precious possessions for each other. Giving is better than receiving because giving starts the receiving process. Jim Rohn. Christmas is more than a season of giving. It is a season of love. I mean, if you really think about it, materialistic gifts are not the only things that can bring happiness. True happiness results from the sharing and devotion to one another. When you give from the heart, it really doesn't matter how much you have. And to be fair, while expressing love to another person is one of the most beautiful things you can do, sometimes it can also be one of the most difficult tasks ever. Especially when those who should love you the most refuse to do so. And when you can't really feel the love the way you expect it to feel. But still, my advice to you, continue to love. Because true love is not self-centered. It keeps no record of wrongdoing, and it asks for nothing in return. Keep this in mind. It's not the material things that are important. It is your love for another person and your willingness to make sacrifices for them. Khalil Gibran said it best. You give but little when you give of your possessions. It is when you give of yourself that you truly give. Thanks for watching this video. How would you like to hear more motivational stories on a consistent basis? Do me a favor and support the channel by sharing, commenting below, and please make sure to like and hit that subscribe button to get the latest updates. Soon, you will be on your way to feeling inspired.